get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. Oh, little 360. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Bortles to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Shotgun now for Bortles. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He's got Curse. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hey, let's go. Trips left. Move.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. T.J. Yeldon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down.
Leopard! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Gun! Hot!
They'll look to throw. Airing one deep for Curse. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Airing one deep for Curse. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. Airing one deep for Curse. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Green 80. Omaha.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the nick?
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Hey, let's go. Trips left.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try a pressure advantage.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
On the ground, this is Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
372.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Able to slither by. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Let's go, let's go.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Lucy. Move.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Detroit! Now let's go!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. That complete to Lamar Miller. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Airing one deep for Curse. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Bortles now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. Throw left side complete to QT. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
380. 380. Hank. Move.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
To throw, it's Bortles. He's going to fire this thing, and this will be caught at the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
380.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
380.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Bortles. He'll buy some time right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Bortles. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Underneath for Miller. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Detroit. Detroit. You.
They'll drop to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
That's to his running back, complete. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
3-19.
16's coming. Check Mike.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. Evans has it left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out, and the Saints will have the football back.
Sunday.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bortles now to throw. He may try and run for this. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their... Again, this is Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Bortles now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 4 now.
A busy night continues for Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Bortles looking long for Thomas. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Oh, leaves him behind in the spin. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. And he's got Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because the running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, He heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Flushed it. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Trying the left side with Kamara. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Here we go.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Green 80. Green 80. Check 49. Check 49. 53's the Mike. Green is it.
Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to rifle one deep left and got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Let's go. Let's go. 11. Green 80. Green 80. Green is it.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Here we go. 4 down. Check.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Green 80. Green is it.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? because it certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
We gotta get to the ball, team. We gotta get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Bortles going to throw here. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Thomas the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
4 down. Set. Green 80. Move. 372. Here we go. Here we go. Green and set.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for New Orleans, Their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.